Ah! 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 I'm sorry, Daisy, are you okay? Horizon Chase Turbo came out about 3 years ago, and it's one of my favorite games on the Nintendo Switch. So around 2018 or so, yeah, that's when it came out, right? So I remember hearing about this game called Horizon Chase. Hadn't really ever played it, saw it kind of looked like Top Gear and like Cruisin' and Rush, and I'm like, dude, I'm so on board. And then I found out it was coming to mobile platforms, and I was like, wow, I'm not on board anymore. And then out of nowhere, it starts to get some trailers for the Nintendo Switch, and I'm like, hold the phone. You mean to tell me that I can play this video game on this console with my hands? I was on board for that. Also, if you're wondering why I'm holding this right now, it's because I'm completely 100% unscripted for this, and I'm just very excited to talk about the DLC. So anyway, the game came out. It was fantastic. I basically ended up saying that it was my favorite game of 2018, which is still insane it's still insane to me. This is a port of a mobile game, and it was my favorite game of 2018, which was the same year that Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate came out. And Smash. I love the track layouts in this game. I love the car design. I love how much stuff there is to do. I love all the stupid sayings that people say. This really is a game that I have continued to play on and off for the last 2 to 3 years, and I haven't gotten sick of it yet. So basically, for the last couple of years, Aquarius Studios has been releasing DLC for this game. The support that they've had for this game has been some of the best support I've seen an indie studio do for like anything. It's actually been pretty incredible. So that's why whenever they announced a few weeks back that they were releasing like a Formula 1 update for this, yeah, they got my attention. So then we come to find out that Aquarius Studio announces that they're basing their DLC off of the legendary Brazilian driver named Ayrton Senna. That was cool to find out. I don't really know a whole lot about his life, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I do. I have heard the name before. I know a little bit of him. Basically, all I knew was that he was a fantastic Formula 1 driver, and that he was from Brazil, and like he was great in the 80s and 90s, and unfortunately, he died of like a horrible horrible car crash during one of the races, and that's pretty much all I knew about him. This DLC is fucking great. Whenever I first opened up this, I was extremely happy to see that they greeted you with kind of this like story, this overview of Ayrton Senna's life. And that's really good. I mean, for people like me who I only know a small portion about this guy. So yes, of course, I'm definitely interested in getting to go throughout his career. So Senna Forever has your token Horizon Chase Turbo gameplay, so it plays something kind of like Top Gear and Pole Position and Outrun and Cruisin' and Rush, like all these games kind of combined into one sweet, beautiful baby, and it still plays just as fantastic on this Formula 1 update. So there's 2 different modes here in this new DLC. On the one mode, you have the career, basically, so you go throughout these 5 chapters of Ayrton Senna's career, and you kind of go through like I believe it's the early 80s all the way up into like the mid 90s. I think it's the mid 90s. I've actually only gotten to chapter 4 at this point. I believe it goes to the mid 90s if I saw correctly. Hey, so here I am sitting on the floor because I just got done recording, and I totally... Daisy, hold on one second. And I totally just realized that I completely forgot to talk about the fact that the second mode is called... Daisy, hold on one second. The second mode is called World Championship, and it's basically like the multiplayer... Hold on one second. It's basically like the Grand Prix Daisy, hold on one second. Okay. It's gonna be okay. So basically, this is the like Grand Prix / multiplayer mode for this. There's 3 different cups. It's like 6 races, 9 races, and 12 races. That's basically all it is. I'm gonna go now because this dog needs to go outside and run. I'm sorry. The most glowing review that I can think of so far for this game is it actually made me like playing a racing game in first person. I've never once said that. You know, like every time you like get a racing game like Cruisin' or Burnout or something, and you like are playing it, and then you just throw on the first person mode as just a novelty, just to f around with it for a little bit, and then you turn it off because you feel like you're like gonna profusely barf. That's me with like every racing game that I can do that with. But this one, I actually keep it on for the most part. It's like this feels better to play in first person because the design language of the races allow for it. It's not like when you're playing Burnout and you're just like zipping all over the freaking place and you're just flying off of shit. No, this is like you're on flat ground, you're doing a lot of 90-degree turns, things that feel like they would actually be built and exist on planet Earth, not in freaking Jupiter. Daisy, why did I say Jupiter? Jupiter's just gas. You know, one of the things I love about this, there's like mirrors on the cars, and the cool thing about it is you can see behind you like a mirror. One thing that I really like so far is that it feels like Horizon Chase Turbo, but it also feels like Super Monaco GP. So Super Monaco GP is a game that came out for the Sega Genesis back, I don't know when it came out. And like from what I remember, it was really fun, but it felt very different to a lot of games that came out at the time, at least in my opinion. It was kind of another one of those games that like feels fun to play in first person, but it was also kind of jank. This game is clearly inspired by that. So as you're going throughout these tracks, you have these challenges. I think they're called like Senna's Marks, something like that. You basically get 3 challenges per race, and these range from anything like don't get fuel on lap 2 to get all the coins, get a perfect start whenever you're starting, like things like that. Some of these, you know, kind of feel a little superfluous. Some of them are actually like extremely game-changing. So on this track right here, for example, there was a challenge, I believe, that you had to beat it and not get fuel on the second lap. Well, the way this game works is like you drive around and you can pick up these little fuel icons to, you know, refill your gauge instead of you turning off into like a, you know, pit or anything like that. So whenever you're going throughout each race, you kind of need fuel. So when you don't get it on lap 2, kind of screwed. And that's what I really like about this game. Like this game, yeah, you can just go throughout all the races, you can be done with it whenever you want in a couple hours, no big deal. Or you can actually take on these challenges that really alter the game's like design in how you actually approach it and how you play it. And that's exactly how this update is. Also, I was expecting this update to take me like 30 minutes like the Summer Vibes DLC, and then I opened it up last night and I'm like, holy shit, I've already put like 3 hours into this so far. And like, I still have all of chapter 4 and like all of chapter 5 to go. So I mean, this is like meaty, dude. This is like the same price as like a 2 cheeseburger meal at McDonald's, and I can do without that. So between the main game, which has like, I don't even freaking know how many races are in it, and oh my god, there's so much in it. Between that and then like the rookie series that they gave out, and then like all the free playground updates, I mean, like that, you're already like getting so much content in the main package alone. But getting these DLC packages, especially this one, it's been crazy. Like my review of the Summer Vibes DLC could be summed up as, it was fun. My ass. In conclusion, this is some pretty freaking good DLC. It has been a long time since I seriously feel like I got my money's worth out of some DLC that I bought. And this was only like $6, I think. I mean, seriously, this is so worth the freaking money, man. Yeah, I know I didn't pop on here and make like a full-fledged video or anything like that. I just felt the need, like I needed to make something because this is a great game. I definitely want more people to pick this up. If you ever see it on sale, please grab it. If you got like 20 bucks laying around, please grab it. It's pretty good. Buy this instead of Switch Online. Yeah. Daisy girl, you wanna come say hi? Daisy, come on, come say hi. Daisy. She's not having it. She's not having it. Here, I'm gonna get the camera over here to her. Oh, there's a Daisy girl. Daisy. Are you a good girl? Do you like Horizon Chase Turbo, Daisy? Oh, you got the mic so wet.